She could do it all, from singing and acting to modeling and producing. Now it's time to learn a little more about one of music's all-time greats. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things you never knew about Whitney Houston. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at some lesser-known facts about the late, great Whitney Houston. Number 10. She is a Guinness World Record holder. Whitney Houston has the unique distinction of being the most awarded female artist of all time, according to Guinness World Records. During her career, she took home 22 American Music Awards, 16 Billboard Music Awards, 8 Grammys, and 1 Emmy. And those are just the big ones. Houston won hundreds of awards throughout her illustrious career, while also setting numerous chart records. In fact, she broke the Beatles' record for most consecutive singles to reach #1 on the Billboard music charts, and she remains the only artist, male or female, to ever produce 7 straight #1 songs. All told, she had 11 #1 hits. Number 9. How she and Bobby became a thing. A relationship can define a celebrity's career. In the case of Whitney Houston, her defining romantic endeavor was with troubled R&B singer Bobby Brown. The two met backstage at the 1989 Soul Train Music Awards and, quote, romantic sparks ignited immediately, as reported by Ebony magazine. Brown was later invited to Houston's 26th birthday party, and it didn't take long for the two to become a couple. This must have upset Eddie Murphy, as he'd been seeing Houston up to that point. Houston and Brown's relationship was tumultuous to say the least, with the latter standing accused of various crimes throughout their marriage. The union came to an end in 2006 when Houston filed for divorce.
She just wasn't ready to go that direction.
Number 8. How Will I Know was not meant for her. The third single released off her eponymous debut album, How Will I Know was a top 10 hit around the world and became the second Houston track to land atop the Billboard Hot 100, holding on to the top spot for 2 weeks. However, it was not originally meant for her. Songwriters George Merrill and Shannon Rubicam had written it with Janet Jackson in mind. Only after she passed was it offered to Whitney Houston.
Incredible. I mean, she was known as the voice, and just when she would open her mouth and this instrument would come out, you would obviously understand why.
The song wound up being quite the success, with the accompanying music video nominated for 2 MTV Video Music Awards, winning 1. Number 7. Her nickname was Nippy. Long before she was a musical juggernaut, Whitney Houston was, like you, a baby, and a fussy one at that.
She was a good girl. She was kind, she was free-hearted, all of that. And sometimes people didn't treat her really, right.
This is how she was bestowed with the nickname Nippy. Apparently, she would kick off her winter blanket every night to the chagrin of her father, John. He would then reapply the blanket and say to his young daughter, "Nippy seldom right." Whatever that's supposed to mean. The name stuck, with Houston later deciding to call her management company Nippy Inc. Moral of the story, don't be embarrassed by the nicknames your parents give you. They may come in handy later in life.
It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway.
Number 6. She was given a blank check to perform for a prince. In 1996, Whitney Houston visited Brunei and held a private concert at the wedding of Princess Rashida, the eldest daughter of Hassan al-Bolkiah, the Sultan of Brunei. The Sultan's brother, Prince Jeffrey Bolkiah, was responsible for footing the bill, and the story goes that when it came time to pay Houston for her services, he gave her a blank check and told her to fill in what she thought she deserved.
I wanna dance with somebody.
It seems Houston put on a hell of a show because she was reportedly paid more than $7 million for the performance. Number 5. Her Diane Sawyer interview received record-breaking ratings. When Whitney Houston sat down with Diane Sawyer in 2002 to discuss fame, her reported drug use, and her relationship with her bad boy husband Bobby Brown, the world was understandably excited.
People are different in the industry. It's about the money. It's about get it fast.
You think you're not tough enough for this business?
Oh, I'm tough enough.
The conversation, which delved deep into Houston's personal life and her various substance abuse problems, produced no shortage of entertaining moments, including one exchange in which she denied ever using crack, claiming,
Crack is cheap. I make too much money to ever smoke crack.
the special wound up being a ratings juggernaut, with the primetime interview pulling in 21 million viewers, making it the 7th most watched television interview of all time.
When they said I had died, I did. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. Yep, because I didn't want to look like the rest of them.
Number 4. She was a background singer for Chaka Khan. We all gotta start somewhere. Before hitting the big time, Whitney Houston worked as a backup singer for Chaka Khan, providing backup vocals on Khan's 1978 hit single, I'm Every Woman. Houston would go on to cover the song herself in 1993 to widespread acclaim. Her version peaked at number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 and scored a Grammy nomination for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance.
I can read your thoughts right now. Every information said.
Houston gave Chaka Khan a shout-out near the end of the track and even invited her to appear in the accompanying music video. Now that's respect. Number 3. She was approached by Michael Jackson, but turned him down. Okay, let us explain. The year was 1987, and Michael Jackson was looking for someone to record the duet, I Just Can't Stop Loving You with. Naturally, his first choice was Whitney Houston due to her incredible vocal range and the fact that she was on top of the music world at that very moment.
I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow.
The collaboration would have been nothing short of earth-shattering. Unfortunately for music lovers everywhere, Houston's label at the time, Arista, rejected the offer. They believed that due to the success of Houston's debut album, the collaboration would cause her to be overexposed. Jackson would be denied his second choice, Barbra Streisand, as well.
And I'll take you there somehow.
Number 2. She used to be a model. Before all the awards, critically acclaimed albums, and feature film roles, Whitney Houston was just another young model trying to make a name for herself. And thanks to her girl-next-door looks and confident personality, that wasn't hard to do. She appeared on the cover of 17 magazine in the early 80s, one of the first black women to do so, and later popped up in issues of Cosmopolitan and Glamour. Her modeling would of course soon be replaced by a burgeoning music career, but that would only cause her to appear on the cover of even more magazines. Number 1. She turned down a role on The Cosby Show.
You have always wanted to go to law school. You've never talked about anything else.
I changed my mind.
Change it back.
Whitney Houston auditioned for the role of Sandra Huxtable on The Cosby Show. And guess what? She got it. There's just one problem. Houston had dreams of becoming a singer and feared the contract would restrict her ability to go on tour.
Said to me, I can't sign this contract. And I said, why? She said, well, I want to be a singer. And I said, yeah. Well, she said, I can't be in every show. I said, why not? She said, well, I have to be able to tour.
Keep in mind this was before the release of her debut album. Director Jay Sandrich was understandably perplexed by Houston's decision and asked the young musical hopeful,
And I said, well, who told you could sing? She said, my mother and my aunt. And I said, well, you can't do the show. Let's sign the contract. You're in every show because it's about a family. I said, I won't sign the contract. Whitney Houston. She knew.
Clearly, Houston's family knew what they were talking about, because it wasn't long before she was one of the biggest entertainers on the planet.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.